I'm Anthony Padilla, and this is my last meal.
Every person has exactly two things in common. We all gotta eat and we're all gonna die. Today's guest founded one of YouTube's most storied brands, and he even got a Lifetime Achievement Award for it. He spent his days with all kinds of folks, from furries to Satanists to Tommy Bow. But of course you know him for his classic car collection. Anthony Padilla, welcome to the show.
My car collection?
Our research came in kind of late. Tell me about the car...
I do not have a car collection.
Ah, shit.
A car maybe card collection? Magic Gathering cards?
This bumper sticker that we made you is gonna make no sense now.
I'd rather be driving my 1989 Ford Probe. Oh shit! Damn! I'm gonna put this on my luggage or some shit.
Put it on something.
I'm gonna put it on something for sure.
I think you're one of the world's foremost 1989 Ford Probe owners.
Oh my god, yeah, that was my first car. I was not expecting you to dig that up. My stepmom wanted to help me by helping me get a car. And I paid her $50 a month for 10 months.
That's a hell of a deal, man.
Yeah, man,
that's
it was a steal. That was like 2005.
And that plays in a lot of Smosh lore, from driving Ian home from school to running over Boxman.
Yeah, that was the car that drove Ian home, where we started connecting a lot, you know, in our high school days. And shit, I mean, we met in 6th grade, but you know, it was those rides.
It was inside the Ford Probe.
Yeah, the Ford Probe is where magic happens.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, man.
Thank you.
Have you thought about your last meal before?
I just knew that it was going to be something that's nostalgic in some way. You know, I put a lot of nostalgic things on this list today because I feel like, I don't know, there's something about that time in my childhood, especially because, you know, I eat plant-based now, so there's a lot of things from my childhood that I just have not had in so long. And when I'm dying, I'm like, I want to have that memory of, I don't know, I want my whole life to flash before my eyes from the food that I eat.
How often do you think about death in general?
I feel like I think about it like every day. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I think that it gives context to life. I feel like it makes me appreciate living more. It makes discomfort feel, I don't know, less scary and more like it's just part of the process of life. I don't know, I think that having a finishing point makes me appreciate every moment in between more.
Yeah. Death always seems scary until you consider the alternative, which is eternity.
I had all these like night terrors and stuff as a kid. I had a lot of anxiety, I still do. But as a kid, sometimes I would just get caught like thinking before bed, like as I'm sitting there trying to fall asleep, and I would just be thinking about what is nothingness? And what would it feel like to exist within that?
Oh, you were that type of kid. We were the same type of kid.
Did you
I think that's how we both ended up at this table.
Thinking about nothingness and being tormented by it?
Yeah, for real. And having like deep paralytic like panic attacks when I was a kid.
You as well.
About the idea of nothingness, yeah.
Yeah, I would also sleepwalk, but I would have night terrors, I would sleepwalk, and now that I've gotten older and I've had panic attacks, I realized that was the exact same feeling.
Oh,
so I think it was just panic attacks and like taking all these weird forms.
Yeah.
You had night terrors and panic attacks as well?
Yeah, but not so much as I got old. Well, it was mostly when I stopped smoking weed that they stopped.
Turns out that'll do it. Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, my first panic attack was from smoking weed and having a Monster Energy drink at the same time.
We didn't know the science. We didn't know that was bad for you back then.
No. It was perfectly normal. But then I was like, oh, this is what a panic attack feels like. Oh, this is what I was experiencing as a kid.
Well, hey, man, I can't wait to unearth some of those feelings throughout this meal.
Yeah, there will be a lot.
You ready to eat?
I'm ready to eat.
Anthony, for the first course of your final meal,
yeah,
we have the Mountain Dew, spicy mezcal margarita.
Oh, let's go.
A vegan round table pizza with garlic knots, and then the Taco Bell crunchy tacos. We have exactly 6 Taco Bell tacos.
Because I used to get the 3 taco combo. The number 9, I remember it was the number 9.
Yep.
3 crunchy tacos with a Mountain Dew. Oh my God, you even put it in. All right, I'll pull one out.
So these have all been made vegan. We used Beyond Meat, but then seasoned it like Taco Bell. A little bit of shredded vegan cheddar cheese.
And you put it back into the Taco Bell branded containers. We got fire sauce in here too?
We got plenty of fire sauce.
Oh my God. I have not had this in 14 years. So this is
about to be a hell of an experience.
It's gonna bring me back, yeah.
What emotions are you expecting from this?
Pure joy. I mean, my dad used to pick me up every weekend and be like, where do you want to go? I'd be like, Taco Bell, and we'd eat there every single weekend, and then just became kind of a thing. Ian and I used to go hang out there. I remember the first time we had a video hit 100,000 views, our Pokemon video, this was like in 2005. We celebrated by going to Taco Bell.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
And
man.
we're celebrating the return of Smosh.
Cheers.
We're back.
Let's go. Oh my God, what? You're right, it's so processed. It tastes exactly the same.
This arguably tastes more like beef than Taco Bell's beef. Because they put beef seasoning in the non-beef.
Ooh, this is so good. Holy shit.
God.
Oh my God. Exquisite, first class experience.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh my God.
And then washing it down,
Oh.
nothing hits like original Mountain Dew. Not Baja Blast.
No. Yeah.
That's not our culture. That's for the younger kids.
Yeah. That's a Gen Z thing, man. Oh man, in the era where Baja Blast didn't exist.
Yeah. What's the flavor of this? Unclear. Yellow?
It's supposed to be like lemon lime, but this is not lemon lime. This is syrup.
There's actually real orange juice in Mountain Dew. It's one of the only sodas to have real fruit juice in
Really?
it. Yeah. Deceptively, Mountain Dew is the healthiest choice.
Wow,
If you're
so
not Taco Bell.
That's why gamers need it for the vitamin C.
That's exactly what it is. It
Right?
prevents all the scurvy when they're just bed rotting at home.
Man. Ooh, I don't know. The syrup is so thick because I don't drink syrupy sodas now, and I can just taste it. I'm like, how did I get away with drinking this 5 times a day?
When you and Ian were celebrating the 100,000 views on that video, what kinds of conversations were you having about the implications for the future? Were there any conversations like that? At that point, was it just like, hey, cool, we don't know what this means, but let's eat tacos?
Yeah, I mean, we were freshly 18 and we had just graduated high school. I think we had just started a community college and we didn't know that there was any potential for any of this to turn to a career. We were just like, wow, this is fun. Let's see what we can do. And that was really all that it was. Which there's something kind of sweet about that, right?
There's something really sweet. Not only something really sweet about that, I think that's it's a feeling that you spend the rest of your life chasing. Just like the Taco Bell. Like, for real,
I'm too caught up in eating this that I can't even have a conversation.
I'm happy to wave.
I've gone to all my old habits too, like all little cheese that falls up, I put it back. Like,
Are you like feeling something? Are you
Yes.
getting back in the headspace of
yes,
young Anthony, hair
dude.
swooped over, listening to?
Yeah, it's weird to see this with like a full 180 point of view right now. I'm used to only framing it up with 25% of the view there.
You know?
This feels like I'm eating this for the first time. If you want to ever eat a food for the first time, just go 15 years without eating it. It's great.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
That was earned.
Hell yeah, it was.
Oh yeah.
If we want to jump into the round table pizza,
And there's alcohol here too.
Oh my god, yeah, drink. We need
Oh my
proper
God.
cheers the last meal.
This is
Because
gonna
this
get-
is a new experience where you weren't allowed to have mezcal
like-
margaritas at Taco Bell
This is
before.
like the Taco Bell cantina. Let's go.
I might just dump this in the Mountain Dew.
Oh man, it almost feels like this could use Mountain Dew, right?
So we actually infused the mezcal
Oh,
in jalapenos overnight just to like get a lot of that grassy flavor. in
damn!
there.
You did more than.
There's actually a little bit of Charo agave liqueur in there, which is really fantastic, and then fresh lime juice. Didn't want to do it up too fancy with the tahini rim and all that.
I do enjoy Italian rim, but you did so much, it doesn't even need it.
Hell yeah,
This
cheers,
is so good.
Man.
Holy crap, man. This is just pure bliss.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna go, just experience pure bliss. And I didn't even get to eat half of this stuff. There's still like 35 more courses.
I was just saying, man, dig into the round table
Damn.
pizza. So what we actually did is we went to Crossroads and we got their pizza.
Okay,
And we put it in the round table box.
So it's just one Crossroads
pizza. And I will say, Round Table is really not cool about giving us just a box.
Did you have to buy a pizza?
We bought a pizza and then we just ate it together. And then we asked for a second box and they were like, no. And we bought another pizza. And this is just some sort of soy and garlic all just mashed together and sliced.
Yeah.
This is a vegan sausage and pepperoni pizza.
This is my childhood here as well. I would go to, I'm gonna take a bite. Not quite there, but still very good.
I mean, for a
Very
vegan
good.
sausage and pepperoni pizza, this is definitely the best. Crossroads does a really good job.
It's very good. I feel like the round table version usually has more of like a garlic kick. It's like really, it hits you hard.
Definitely.
this is still very good.
I was a Maui Zowie guy at Round Table. They
Is
had
that
a pizza,
the pepperoni and shit? What is that?
they had a pizza called the Maui Zowie that was like, it was their like ham and pineapple pizza. Except they had what can only be called like a cross between a sweet and sour sauce and a marinara sauce. Just corn, it's just corn syrup and red.
Yeah,
on there,
yeah.
and it was so good. And they'd have like a Street Fighter 2, arcade game inside the Round
I
Table.
love just like, it's so nostalgic. I was gonna say like eating this, just I can hear the sound of an arcade machine in the back. Like Area 51 or Street Fighter.
When you were eating pizza with Ian in his room playing video games, you've described that as like maybe the best feeling of your entire life.
Yeah.
What's the closest you've come to recreating that as an adult?
Recreating the joy of eating round table pizza
Playing
in
Halo.
a bedroom playing Halo with your best friend.
Because I don't know if there's a better feeling than that as well, and trying to recreate that as an adult, it's of a big interest to me, and it's
gonna
really
be
hard.
a different experience. There's something about the food that just like lights up all the chemicals in your brain. It was also with Ian. Ian and I, when we found out that we officially owned Smosh again, he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna bring some cigars. I'm gonna bring some whiskey. We're gonna sit out on your balcony and we're gonna smoke a cigar and celebrate." And I feel like that was very, very close. Like that feeling of winning something back. I don't know, not winning, but like just like having something back that you and your best friend created, you know. And then there's all this history with us kind of having some sort of a falling out and then reconnecting and becoming friends again. Again, it was like going 15 years without eating Taco Bell. It's like I went so many years without my best friend, and then we got to join together as friends first, and then now as business co-owners and co-founders again. It was very cool.
Absence really does make the heart grow fonder, man.
Yeah. So give up all your favorite things and come back in a decade, and you'll love it.
Yeah,
You'll love
become
it.
an ascetic monk, give away all your possessions, walk around with a hair shirt, whip yourself on the back chanting, and then come back and build it all back again.
That's what I'm planning on doing.
All right, we also have garlic knots. So these are...
There's still more.
There's more. This is just the first course, too. We gotta pace ourselves. Listen, we got a lot of mezcal margarita, and we got a lot of Mountain Dew to get us through all this. If you want a cigarette, we can have a cigarette break too.
Okay.
My last
I've never smoked a cigarette, but you know what?
Last meal, dude. Come on.
You know what? I've only smoked one cigar too. That was with Ian to celebrate.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Garlic knots. So this has been made with a fresh yeast dough instead of butter. We've used a vegan butter alternative from Violife.
Oh, I love Violife.
And then we weren't satisfied with how saturated in fat they were, so we actually did deep fry them in olive oil.
Okay.
And
It needed to be super saturated.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
man,
a homemade
look at-
marinara.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Though. That is good. That's what you want, right?
Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh no. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Do you ever have people on here that just eat like really healthy fancy food?
Yeah.
And then what about
Yeah.
this? How do you feel about this?
This is exactly what I love, because for me the show was always a way to tell the story of your life through food, because
Is
food
my life processed garbage?
Yes. And you were like, actually, but also like you were part of the culture. Like when I think Mountain Dew, I kind of think Smosh.
What?
Even though I did think Smosh and Fred were the same thing for years.
Did you?
I'm actually
That's so funny.
But no, like literally, like this is a very particular era that you were a huge cultural tastemaker in. Are you able to like really internalize how much culture you helped shape from that era in the mid 2000s?
No. No. I don't know. I feel like we were pulling from so many of our own inspirations.
Yeah.
That it didn't really feel like we were inventing things. And it wasn't until Ian and I bought Smosh back and we had to like come up with a mission statement and figure out what our niche was as a company that we realized that the thing about Smosh that we kind of went back to the beginning. We're like, what was it that, like, what's been the magical essence of Smosh that's made it so special to people over all these years? And we realized it was really the comedy rooted in friendship elements of it. And I think during those earlier days, I had like negative self-talk, internal dialogue moments where I was like, but I'm not funny. I'm not funny enough. I'm not, I'm not a comedian. I'm not, like we were making people laugh, but it wasn't through a little bit more of that like traditional, clever comedy, really like well-honed and well-crafted kind of performance. And I think that I was just in denial, and I kind of like tried, I like kind of kept myself down. I tried to like humble myself by being like, but you're not actually funny. You just need to keep working harder, And I feel like if we watch content and really the things that stick with us are the feelings that we get afterward. In the same way, like the food here is a feeling that I get, and that's why it's so nostalgic. It's not actually necessarily the flavors as much as the feeling, and that's why it's so nostalgic, because I remember those feelings of being a kid and like what it felt like to be in the pizza parlor with the sounds of like video games and just like fun and relaxation and knowing that there were no obligations at the time. I think this is why the food resonated so much with me. And the same reason that I think Smosh resonates with a lot of people is that feeling that you get after watching. You're like, ooh, that's a friendship. I'd love to be a part of that. I'd love to hang out with those people.
Yeah.
So that's why, I think that I spent so many years, and I'm having to kind of reframe things in my head now. Like, it was never about necessarily being the funniest or being the best comedian. There are plenty of people that do that and do it way better, but it's about that friendship that was captured that I think has really been the heart of what Smosh is.
Anthony, for the second course of your final meal on Earth.
Oh,
Got the childhood favorites.
Oh shit! Oh, this is the biggest Waffle Crisp box it's family size.
Somehow we can only find the family size version of Waffle Crisp.
Is a normal box not family size? Is that not enough for a family?
This is the type of inflation. The portion size have risen in America.
Look at the depth, guys. Look at this. This is crazy.
The Waffle Crisp is a bit of a deep cut too. This is not. This is no longer in your top mainstream cereals.
Do they not sell it on normal store shelves now?
I think it's harder to find.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're hiding it now.
No, I mean, I remember when it first came out, and I was like, it was exactly, on my height at the store level. I was like, that's for me.
That's the marketing that got you. There was something about a new product that came out when you were a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And you saw the commercial first, and you're like, this is for me, and I feel special.
Exactly. There was definitely a commercial. Do they have their mascot on here? Oh, okay, it's just that little guy. I don't remember him existing. Like, I remember the Cookie Crisp. I was gonna say Cookie Crisp. I was gonna say Waffle Crisp. That's different.
Wait,
that's
but they're
different.
Dude, just huff that. It makes you like.
What is that? Because
just
it's not
fake maple extract.
It's fake maple.
The term maple never appears on this box.
No. But they nailed it.
I don't think I'd want real maple syrup on this.
I feel like they look different than they used to.
They do. They used to be
flatter and a little bit more crunchy looking, but there's something about them that's like they're more cube shaped now.
Yeah, they're utilizing a process that Cap'n Crunch invented, which is to oil spray and then to apply sugar. So that's how you have this kind of like whole like sheen coat of sugar on there. Is they used oil to apply it first.
This is way different than the stuff we had as a kid. Do you remember?
I do. Yeah. No, it was like
even the color.
It was puffier. It was puffier and more golden.
It was puffier. It was more golden. It was flatter, and the shapes were wider.
Wait.
What?
Are you thinking of honeycomb?
No, but it was similar.
Sure?
I'm positive. Okay. But it was similar.
I'm thinking of honeycomb.
No, are you thinking of honeycomb?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of honeycomb. Are you thinking of honeycomb? This is more puffy, like honeycomb, though. When back in the day, it was a little bit more crumbly.
Interesting. Can I offer you some extra creamy oat milk?
Please. Oh, it's oat milk. Oh, it's extra creamy.
Extra creamy as well. Yeah. I was trying to.
Are you trying to go for whole milk essence?
Borderline half and half on that.
Oh boy.
I also think extra creamy oat milk's hilarious because it's kind of just like extra carrageenan oat milk.
Is that what the difference is?
Yeah. Do you wait for your cereal to sog? What was the mode when you were a kid? Because we're trying to like bring you back.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, definitely as a kid, every single morning before school, I would eat a bowl of cereal. Every single morning, and I didn't know that I was like. I think I'm more lactose intolerant now, but I didn't know I was then for sure. And I'd be like, my stomach hurts every single day. I'd be like, I think I'm just nervous about school. I think I just have anxiety about school. I think that I shouldn't go to school anymore. Turns out I think it was a lactose intolerance. But this just brings me back to that last moment of joy. That was my last meal. Before school.
Dude, no, for real.
If school was dead.
Did you dread school every single day?
I dreaded it every single day.
Most people don't react well when you say the dominant emotion that I've experienced since I was a small child is dread.
Yeah.
They seem to take that as a big red flag, whereas I thought that was normal.
I thought that was normal too. Dread before school, dread before any amount of discomfort whatsoever.
Right? Dread before shooting a show of the thing that you love to do more than anything in the world. Extreme amount of dread before you showed up in that green room today.
You felt dread?
Yeah. Do you feel that before any shoot or no?
I definitely felt dread, but it was.
Yeah.
I like to label it as anxiety.
Sure, I don't know. Dread feels.
But I feel like dread is probably a little bit more accurate.
Anxiety sounds almost too clinical, where I think dread is more poetic and more accurately reflects what I feel.
You're right.
You know?
Do you still feel that before every shoot that you do?
Before every shoot, before every time if there's like a repairman coming over to the apartment,
really?
It's that little bit of dread. They're like, oh God, I have to
there are moments where I'm so in my element that it doesn't bother me. Like the dread doesn't hit me. Okay, let's take a bite. Okay, I'm gonna talk about dread. I promise. It doesn't hit the same as it did. I hate to say it. It's very good, but they've changed the recipe a lot.
They really have.
It's still good.
And you got a mezcal margarita with it? You know?
I've never washed down Waffle Crisp with a mezcal margarita.
Hey, this is the chef's pairing. We got the tasting menu for a reason.
Thank you, chef. That is a funky combo. Does it work?
I think it works.
Does it work for you? That is funky, dude.
I think it works.
Definitely, I still feel dread before any shoot whatsoever. And I think it's a little bit of wanting to live up to, I think pressures put on me, but pressures I put on myself.
Yeah.
Right?
I only dread doing the things that I care about. When it's something that I very, very much care about the success of, I care about how it reflects on me, I care about another person's experience, then I'm like, okay, there is this pressure built up. And like you said, it's self-imposed. There's nobody telling me I have to do that, or I have to be up till 2 a.m. figuring out exactly what color your 1989
Is that what you're doing at 2 a.m.?
But yeah, I mean, and I know you probably did the same thing hosting I Spent the Day With, right?
Yeah, I spent a day with the interview series that I used to do. That was something that I did when I left Smosh. It kind of like, in a weird sense, it like that format found me in a weird sense because I tried a whole bunch of different things. And then when I started, and I didn't want the attention to be on me, right? So I found that I felt comfortable if I could make content about someone else.
Oh, interesting.
I could do interviews with other people. And still, eventually I found a way to feel so much dread and anxiety about wanting to live up to the standards I imposed on myself. And especially when the show started finding success and I started interviewing people who put so much trust in me to tell certain stories that they hadn't ever spoken about on camera before, or just so many people putting trust in me, and I felt like I really had to live up to that. And then I felt that dread of like, am I doing enough? Am I doing it right? And I also felt like I needed to live up to this idea that people had of me when I was, in Smosh.
Yeah.
I mean, that I feel like that feeling never quite goes away. I still feel that sense now of wanting to live up to kind of a self-imposed expectation.
I was gonna ask if there was anything you think you could have done where you wouldn't have put these outsized expectations on yourself, or is that just something that's endemic to who you are?
I think that is just inherently a part of me. And I've pulled away from being on camera quite as much because that it's such a consistent feeling that I feel like, why am I doing this to myself if I like why
and
am
only
I
after 20 years, man.
Literally I'm like I am so grateful to be in a position where I can now make that kind of decision.
Yeah.
Do I need to be on camera as much? In the beginning, like obviously it was just Ian and I. We had to be on camera for everything. And then when I left Smosh, I had to be on camera for everything because it was just me. And then joining back, I was on camera a lot for a second, really just to get a lay of the land and to learn where Smosh was at now, to be in the productions that I was then going to have some kind of a behind the camera leadership role in dictating where that direction was evolving. After that time period passed, I realized, I don't have to keep doing this to myself. Like, I still enjoy being on camera, but there definitely is a level of dread that's attached to it because of the self-imposed expectations I put on myself. And like, also at the same time, we have so many other talent at Smosh. We have, there's like 15 cast members now, and eventually there will be more. And I feel like this now gives an opportunity for more people to be on camera. And now I get to do what I feel I do best, which is to kind of be behind the scenes and be a fan of everything and see what's clicking and what's not. Encourage the people to keep doing what's really clicking and find ways to refine and hone in on things that are working from the things that aren't clicking as much.
Yeah. It's beautiful, man. These have been staring at me in the face. We gotta,
you really want to eat this?
Well, hold on. I want to ask you where we should go with this. So, yeah.
This looks so gross.
I know.
This looks so gross.
It looks like I have like a sort of like rupture in my cornea. I'm gonna
pick it up
in the wrong colors.
Oh, it's so bad.
So this is the vegan bologna and cheese.
It's so bad.
There's really no other way.
It's so gross.
It feels like terracotta.
Yeah, it does. This is not the same consistency as the lunch meat that I would obviously get as a kid.
I feel like they can do a better job, but I feel like the vegan bologna market is kind of just us right now.
Yeah. I think we might be funding the entire vegan bologna market right now.
Propping it up, really.
But okay, I'll take a bite.
That's really rough, man.
Okay, it's rough, but
go ahead.
There's so much nostalgia surrounding it for me that it still kind of hits. It's really rough because of consistency. The vegan version is garbage.
Yeah.
The cheese is like powder. This is powder wrapped in fabric.
Tremendous. This is a tremendous amount of tensile strength they've given to this.
This sucks. But but nice.
I need to wash it down, man.
Yeah, get it out. But there is a sense of nostalgia that hits for me because as a kid, this was a snack.
You used to do a lot of the grocery shopping for your family, right? Because your mom has agoraphobia.
Correct.
And your grandmother passed when you were 14?
Correct, yeah.
So there's kind of like a 2-year gap where you said you would be taking a taxi to the grocery store, food stamps in one hand, shopping list in the other.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a lot of responsibility to have at that age.
Yeah.
How's your relationship to responsibility and stress now? Because I think it can go one way or the other.
I mean, I feel like I learned how to take on a lot of responsibility. And you know, to be fair, I didn't always take a taxi that was... my dad would come pick me up, and then he would drop me off. He would stay in the car while I would do the shopping. I don't know. I was like, where's my dad? But, you know, I felt a sense of responsibility in supporting my mom and my 2 brothers after my grandmother passed. You know, my mom has such strong panic attacks and agoraphobia. She's gotten a lot better. Like, that's a different story for another time. She's gotten a lot better. Yeah, I feel like in many ways I learned responsibility at a young age, not because I wanted to, but now I feel like it's forced me to have this layer of responsibility in a way where I was almost parentified in some ways.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's benefited me, but it definitely came with a level of resentment at the time that I didn't learn to properly face until I was older. I spent a day with series. I feel like a part of the reason I did it was to connect with other people, but then I realized that it gave me a way to kind of face a lot of the issues I had with different types of disorders with people I know in my life. And one of those episodes was I spent a day with people with agoraphobia, and I got to learn about that from I feel like an unbiased perspective, and it taught me a lot about my mom. And I feel like that was a moment where I almost connected with her in learning about her through my work, because at the time, and still in many ways now, like there's no way that I was going to do the work on my own unless it was for work. So it's like I almost found a way to funnel a lot of curiosities and things that I felt like I needed to know more about into my work, and it helped me connect with my mom and many other people in my life.
But also feeling that sense of achievement, which is likely connected to that idea of life or death. At least that's the way that I feel, is like everything, all of the emotions and consequences are so heightened because I felt that from such a young age that now I think that's where that dread comes from. It's from a young age I felt that, like, if you don't succeed, there's no safety net, and even though you're 9, you have to do this because you're gonna be alone if not.
Well, I think too, like when we see success with that mentality, when we have that feeling of dread, and then good results happen, we think it's because of the dread.
Not in spite of it.
Right, we think that the dread is what caused us to have that. So in some ways, I think subconsciously there's this feeling that's like, oh, this means so much to me, so therefore I need to feel this dread, and therefore I feel this anxiety. And then it's almost like, oh, because I felt that dread and anxiety, it was a success. What was it? I'm curious, what was it when you were 9 that brought that on for you?
Oh man, so yeah, this is something crazy. I don't know if I've talked about it on the show before. Eat a Hawaiian roll, but
I'll eat a Hawaiian roll. I love this shit. Every Thanksgiving, if there were Hawaiian rolls, I would barely touch anything except this.
Oh my god, we have some homemade strawberry jam here if you'd like to
partake. I've never had it with either of these ingredients. And what is this one? Is this
actually vegan Violife butter.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's do that.
Dig in while I trauma dump on you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, bring it.
I realized when I was 9 years old, so my mom had schizophrenia.
Really good. Really good. Anyway, schizophrenia.
So my mom had schizophrenia, right? And there was one moment where my brother had moved in with my dad when he was 14 and I was 10, and my mom was like happy to let him go because he was a problem child and I was the good kid, right? So I was still with my mom, and I for months was trying to bring up like, hey, you're getting worse and I'd love to go live with dad and my brother. And so one day while we're driving the car, I tried to like kind of soft bring it up, like, hey, really miss having a brother, you know, like it'd be pretty cool. And she slams on the brakes in the middle of the road and just goes like, who do you want to live with, me or your dad? Answer right now. And I remember in that moment, I was like, okay, if I say my dad, I know she doesn't want to hear that. She could jerk the wheel and we could be that. And I have reason to believe that that might be the case. And so you need to figure out how to get your way out of this situation while causing the least amount of damage possible. And so I did. I was like, I was just kidding. You're such a good parent. If you could just pull over safely to the shoulder and put your hazard lights on, that'd be fucking huge, Mom. But since that moment, I think people, they stay away from their traumas, but they're also really attracted to their traumas. So for me, a lot of this show, a lot of what both of us do, it's walking this razor thin social wire, and you're walking on the razor's edge the whole time. Part of it is dreadful, part of it is scary, part of it's very, very exciting, and the feelings when you're in the zone are the best in the world. And I think for me, it's related to that moment in the car, among all the other moments, right?
Sure.
But it's related to those moments where I'm like, you have the ability to walk this razor's edge better than anybody else. And so you almost have a sort of like duty to do it. But it also caused me a ton of fear. So I don't know if you've found yourself like gravitating almost towards those traumas.
I feel like I found myself gravitating toward things that scare me.
Yeah.
And things that are kind of high risk, high reward. I don't know, I think also partially growing up without much money and kind of feeling that insecurity of that lingering over everything. I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? I don't have any money anymore. I've been there,
100%.
But at the same time, it's like, let's take some risks. Let's see what we're capable of. Because I feel like as a kid, I really pushed myself. In many ways, it was like, I need to set up my life and feel secure and like have this level of security that I didn't have as a kid. I need to do what I can to make sure that I don't feel what I'm feeling now for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it set me up to be like, well, I get to take big risks and, approach it with a level head, take calculated risks, but take risks. And I feel like that's really paid off in many ways.
And then for course 3 of your final meal on Earth, we have the vegan ramen. We have the mango sushi from Bloom in Montreal.
That looks so much like. So I just had this 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was like, this is on my last meal list.
Holy shit!
Then you guys reached out, and I was like, I know it's on my last meal list. Let's see if it holds up. I don't know.
I hate this is fresh in your mind. You didn't have Taco Bell for 15 years.
Yeah, I know.
We
Taco
Bell made
Bell.
Anything. Man.
Yeah. No. Yeah, but this is very fresh.
Yeah, so we made this ourselves. We made obviously wrapped in nori, a little bit of seasoned sushi rice, and there are beets, mango, cucumber, avocado, and then a little bit of sort of crema on top.
Did you guys end up making the pistachio in there? Because there were these pistachio crumbles in there. Yeah. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, it's actually topped with a little bit of the pistachio as well.
Okay, let's go.
How we feeling?
It's very good. It's very good.
But
it doesn't quite hit the same, but it's very good. It's still good. The flavor's there. The texture's a little bit different, but the flavor is very good.
I'll tell you, if something is sourced from a restaurant that's like not local, we'll like call them and be like, hey, we're producing.
Did you call them?
Colby called them and he goes, we're like talking, he's going over the whole episode and there's a lot of dishes that are going fast and he's like, I called Bloom in Montreal, they answered in French, I said, you speak English, they said what I think was a French curse word and they hung up. I'm like, well, you tried.
No, I think the difference was that the pistachios are usually mixed in. That's the only big difference. Okay. And this tastes a little bit more like mayonnaise.
Yeah.
But it's still good. I mean, it still hits.
And Sapporo.
Cheers, man.
Smosh hit so many milestones from being the first YouTube channel to have 1,000 subscribers. I think they weren't even called subscribers yet then.
No, they were called friends.
They were called friends?
Yeah, it was still very MySpace-esque. I had 1,000 friends, man.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And then you were the first to 100,000. Mm-hmm. And then Brookers beat you to 10,000.
Yeah, Brookers got us.
And then you circled back around.
Were you even watching YouTube when Brookers was a thing?
Doc, I was not watching YouTube when Smosh was a thing.
What? When did you
I'm
start?
dead serious. I knew you as the like YouTube journalist interviewing fringe communities with a certain amount of respect and curiosity.
So you started watching in 2019?
Like kinda, yeah. The only YouTube that I ever would have watched would have been like Epic Mealtime, and then like NFL Hardest Hits compilations that were all to Here Comes the Boom.
So you love bacon and pigskin.
Goddamn right.
Yeah.
Like a little bit, but I just YouTube wasn't a part of my sort of media diet.
Were you watching more traditional media or just no media otherwise?
I was watching Food Network and ESPN. That's what it was. Oh. And I was reading like Michael Crichton's novels.
Were you always into food? Like, as long as you could remember?
You interviewing son of a bitch. You can't turn it off.
I can't stop.
We're just out here spending a day with me.
But I just need to know, when did you get into food?
I was like, kind of similarly to being parentified. Mm-hmm. I was 11 years old, just living with my dad and my brother. My dad had just gotten like his first full-time job since I'd known him.
Yeah.
He was homeless at some points. My mom ended up being homeless for like a decade. Just a lot of chaos going on. But I'd taken an interest in Food Network, and my brother was the teenager who was kind of more aloof and out there. And my dad was like, hey, if you like make it your chore every week to just keep a budget, cook dinners, keep the house stocked with food. He was like, I'll do everything else. He's like, I'll scrub the toilets, I'll do the dishes, I'll take out the trash. So that's how I started, cooking family dinners when I was 11,
found that
12
you
years old.
enjoyed it, or
Loved
did you
it.
just find that you were good at it? Both?
I don't know if there's a difference. And
Really?
I'm curious your relationship
Oh,
with that.
that's so true, yeah.
But it's my way of showing people that I really care, and it's my way of also giving myself that sort of gift of being very good at something.
Yeah.
How much of that confidence feedback loop did you get with Smosh when you started to see those numbers roll in? Was that a part of it?
There was definitely a feedback loop with the numbers. It was a lot of like, ooh, I'm doing good. Like it felt like validation in many ways. Then I kind of evolved to have an unhealthy relationship with numbers and feeling like I needed to keep momentum up, and the numbers needed to be climbing, and like it became my norm for positive feedback through numbers and for my self-esteem and identity to be attached to growing numbers.
How long did you exist where that was your main form of self-esteem?
Let's see. I mean, I'd say 2005 to like 2014 or 2015 at least. It's probably a decade there where it was constant rising numbers. I think that the Smosh numbers started to stagnate a little bit when I think that people could tell that it wasn't so comedy rooted in friendship anymore. It was like, a company that owned us at the time, wanting us to do too many things and us feeling a little burnt out. I think that for a while, right after I left Smosh, I was like, I just need to get numbers. I need to get numbers. My identity is so attached to these numbers. My entire sense of self-worth is attached to these numbers. So it was like, in many ways, I almost had to hit what felt like a rock bottom in many ways.
It's a hero's journey. Like, you're on the classic hero's journey.
And it's so funny because now I can see that those were all just steps of the process.
Yeah.
I think back then it was like, this sucks, this is negative.
Sure.
What I had before was positive, and I had all this like regret.
Yeah.
But now I feel like once you reach a certain age and have experienced enough things, enough ups and downs, you're like, the up is a part of the process, the down is a part of the process, the times where you feel on top of the world, just as much part of the process as the times that you feel like you've hit rock bottom, because it all is leading you somewhere else. And like, obviously now I can see that it was all leading me here. So in many ways, I feel like I can now see that there are not, here's a quote actually, or it's not a quote, I'm not gonna quote it because I'm gonna mess it up. But when I interviewed the musician, he's a rapper, kind of into heavy music, Scarlord. Have you heard of Scarlord?
Of course, Scarlord, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so when I interviewed Scarlord, the one thing that he said is like, because he went through a lot of ups and downs, is he was like, there are not good times and bad times, there are just times. And it's all part of the same process that leads you to wherever you end up going. The thing he said that really resonated with me is like, all skills are transferable, So like, even if you are a musician and you end up becoming something completely different, or if you want to be an artist but now you're doing technical work, everything still can transfer to the next thing, and it all leads toward being a part of you and what you become.
As I get older, I just view life like the heptapods in Arrival.
Yeah.
The aliens.
Yeah.
They've drawn their language in a circle. There's no such thing as linearity or binaries.
I love that.
No way, man.
That movie was so good.
Yo, get stoned and read the book. Well, don't get stoned, because I think you and I both got the panic attack.
I got stoned 2 days ago, so unfortunately, it
You broke
still
the seal.
happened. The seal's broken.
Only book that I've started crying as I was reading it. It's called The Story of Your Life. So John, get stoned and read that, man. It'll change you.
Is that what
That's
Arrival
what Arrival is
became?
based off of. But it's like much less of an action. It's like Arrival had to kind of become a little bit of an action.
Yeah, there was a lot of like military type stuff. Was it less of that in the
so
book?
much less of that. It's just a beautiful metaphor for grief and time and the way humans experience life.
The book or the movie? I guess the book changed your perspective of
book
the way
of
perceiving linear time.
Yeah, no, it really did, in a very meaningful way, and in a way that was very pivotal in my life. So that's my Scarlord.
Yeah.
I didn't know Scarlord had like that. Dig into the ROM, buddy.
Yeah, he's cool.
He's cool.
Okay, let's get
Okay,
in.
we let it congeal a little bit too much. That was my bad, Tony.
You know what?
You did a great job.
This is great. I
we
can already tell it's amazing.
We got the base from Ginya, but then we sort of plussed it up. We made sort of like a miso ground impossible meat
this looks
situation
like a better
on
version
it.
of what they got going on.
It's exactly what we tried to do.
Yeah, this is so great. I love this. This is my go-to. This is like my modern day go-to. There's a Ginya pretty near where I live, and it's like relatively walking distance, so I try to get out there a few times a week in the summer.
Hell yeah. Was there a moment in your career where you realized that you were no longer operating from a position of opportunity. I got the chili oil. I was gonna say some profound shit.
Let's hear it. All right.
Was there a point in your career in which you realized that you were operating out of a fear of loss as opposed to an opportunity to gain? Because I think that's one of the deaths of creativity.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and I think that was probably around. There were multiple times. I think that it was kind of honestly a period between like 2016, probably about 2 years deep into my independent career as well. So probably 2016 and 2019. I realized that I was only doing things because I was afraid of what would happen if not.
Yeah.
And then when I left Smosh, I mean, it was a catalyst for me leaving because I was like, oh, this is an uncomfortable feeling. I want to make stuff from the heart. I want to make stuff that speaks to me. I want to make stuff that resonates with me. You know, why am I doing it otherwise? And a couple years into my independent journey, I was like looking at numbers constantly. You know the YouTube Studio app?
Of course.
Do you have that on your phone?
No, I took it off my phone.
Good.
Desktop only.
There were times where I would live and breathe by that. You know, I was like all of my emotions were attached to where my newest video placed on the rank of 1 to 10, 1 of 10. 1 of 10 on top of the world, I'm doing everything right. I'm gonna celebrate, things are great. 10 out of 10, I'm a piece of shit. I suck, what am I doing? I know nothing. At that time, I was putting all of myself into every single thing that I made. I was putting all of myself into something from a place of fear, and it was consistently flopping. Yeah. And it was almost like I had to get used to that feeling and be like, if I'm failing anyway, what does it matter?
100%.
And that's when I started actually making things from the heart again that resonated from that place of abundance and creativity rather than that place of fear.
Something I'm not going to quote him because I'm going to mess it up, but my dad, going to paraphrase Russell Sher Jr. He told me at a very pivotal time in my life. It's actually kind of one of the last times that I saw him alive. You deserve to trauma dump more than I do in that show, so we'll get there.
Oh, I want to hear your trauma dump.
But I mean, he was basically like, listen, you can play it safe and fail. I did. You might as well take a risk and fail. And I was like, shit, man, if that ain't...
Damn.
Yeah. And so that's all that's like really influenced me, but I think sometimes you have to experience that and like hit that rock bottom. But, yeah.
It's so funny how everything, I feel like, everything in life is based on your perception, right?
No, I believe in that very Cartesian model of like, right, cogito ergo sum. The only thing that I can be sure of is the fact that I exist because I'm experiencing whatever consciousness is being projected from the brain matter between my ears. That's all you get in life.
Discomfort and pain, I used to perceive as fear or as something to be afraid of. Like you have tattoos, right? It's like, I am welcoming this pain.
Yeah, you and I both. Equal amounts of super sick tattoos.
But like you made the choice to have this happen to you. So the pain, while it's uncomfortable, doesn't feel like life or death, doesn't feel like fear. Yeah. When it's healing, you're not like, oh shit, this wound, you're like, it's a part of the process.
The term that runs around in my head is noble suffering, which is something so much of my life was sports. And that's the reason that pretty much every single morning, this morning is one of the few mornings that I didn't go to the gym and just crush myself underneath heavy weights. I slept for God, that's a satisfying sound.
I try to get it right between your sentences. Sorry, continue. No, you didn't crush yourself under weights.
I didn't crush myself under weights, but it's a way to sort of induce mindfulness in a way, right? Of like, if my mind wanders any way out of like this, 250-pound mass hurtling towards my chest, you're kind of just dead. So you're forced to be present, and then you're forced to understand that, the pain literally means that your muscle fibers are breaking down, which means they rebuild stronger.
Exactly, right? Isn't that so funny that you are... In many ways, the fibers of your muscles are breaking. It's so funny how many physical things like that mirror your emotional state, mirror such emotional, spiritual things. The physical world reflects on that in so many ways, right?
That's it, man.
Like you're invited. So when you invite that discomfort, and you invite the muscles breaking, then they have the opportunity to grow. So when you put yourself out and put yourself in experiences, even like today, this is simple, and people watching are like, you just get to show up and eat your favorite foods.
Sometimes
I
forget that they're there. Yeah. Jake, Whitney, Taylor, I love you guys.
But at the same time, there's a little bit of like, oh no, I'm the title of the video. I'm in the thumbnail. There's so much of the success of it. Like you guys put a lot of time and energy into this, and there's a little bit of pressure of like, am I enough? Am I gonna, but I forget where I was going with that. But you know what? Cheers.
I saw somebody with a shirt today that said, I am Kenuff. And you know what, Anthony? You are enough.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm enough.
Ready to go to the next course?
There's more?
Oh, brother. Anthony, for the fourth course of your final meal on Earth.
How many courses did I get?
We're on to the Thai course. We finished Japanese. We have the pad Thai from Night Market Song. We have the crispy rice salad from Night Market Song. This, my guy, is one of the most delicious things you can eat.
You like this as well? This is so good.
It's called Nam Khao Tod in Thai. This represents... Can I tell you exactly what this represents? Can I mansplain your own last meal?
Please mansplain my last meal to me.
We have so many celebrities that come on and get stuff from Nobu. And people are always like, why? And it's like, well, if you're Ken Jeong or Marlon Wayans or even like a Burt Kreischer type, you probably got famous or felt successful in the early 2000s when Nobu was the shit. That was the place in LA, or Giorgio Ebaldi or Mr. Chow, something. This is like kind of it for, I'm gonna throw us in the same era for our era of the 2010s. Night Market Song in the OG in West Hollywood, this was like the place to be if you wanted to like feel cool. It's not luxurious.
No,
it's cool as
the music is so fucking loud in there.
I saw the chef once. He had a guest chef from New York, and they pulled a drum kit into the freaking dining room, and they started just playing a punk riff. And then the chef punched a hole in his own restaurant wall.
That tracks.
Graffitied it.
Yeah.
And then walked out, and I was eating this goddamn salad.
So good.
It was awesome.
The vibe in there is so strange. There's like cheap posters on the walls. The walls are all painted hot pink. You're like, what is this world that I'm in?
$200 bottles of wine drank on plastic chairs.
I thought, even more than that. Well, I'm gonna see if the food holds up without the vibe. Like, this is our opportunity to see if the food holds up without the vibe. It's very good. It's very good.
I'm pretty damn tasty, man.
I think it was very high last time I had it on an edible, so it's even better. This is so good, though. This is still definitely gonna be on my last meal.
I remember being stoned and going to Night Market Song with 10 people and ordering a bunch of dishes. We didn't get this very spicy. Normally it'll be loaded with a lot more chilies. But I ordered food for like 10 people.
Yeah, usually it's so spicy that you can barely talk.
I know.
Right? I kind of like that.
But anyways, I ordered so much food that was too spicy for 7 out of the 10 people there, and they all like left.
I'm trying to figure out why spice is so good, right?
I have an answer.
Yeah, tell me the answer.
Comes back to our childhood traumas. I'm dead. I am so dead serious.
Spice has to do with childhood trauma.
You know, capsaicin is literally the essence of pain. The only chemical that exists in chili peppers that like makes it feel hot is called capsaicin. And when they were doing like opioid studies on lab rats, they use capsaicin to induce pain. It is the essence of discomfort that you are forcing upon yourself. You are giving yourself an obstacle to overcome to prove that it's not as scary as you thought.
I feel like for some reason when things are extremely spicy, because this is like a 1 out of 10.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I feel like usually it's like a 9 or 10 out of 10. And there's something about it that makes me breathe, it makes me chew it more slowly, makes me breathe. Oh, it's so hot. But like it almost ignites more flavors, right? You almost taste more
it's your adrenaline that's up, which is like that fear response and the response to excitement are the same things, which is why people end up revisiting so many of their childhood traumas deliberately.
Right.
Just because that excitement when you were a kid just kind of brings you back to it.
Well, we at the same time also feel a sense of safety in our traumas because it's familiar.
Yeah.
Right?
A familiar hell is better than an unfamiliar heaven.
Exactly. And that's why so many people gravitate toward dating the same types of toxic people or being friends with the same types of toxic people that they grew up around when they were younger, or that induce the feelings of discomfort that you experience when you were younger, because it's so familiar and you know how to be in those situations.
Yeah. It feels deserved too, in a way.
Do you go through life like, oh, I worked out today. I did this thing. I deserve to feel like rest or something.
I only function in that. And I
really,
I live in a world of pure conditionality to the point where I don't like dogs because, please eat the wings. I don't like dogs because they give you unconditional love.
Wait,
I'm
what?
a cat person over a dog person.
Well, this is
realized,
stickier than they usually serve it. Did you guys fancy it up?
We did. We tried to like glaze it in a little bit of extra sauce and then kind of like reduce it, a little bit of the fried basil on the outside. These are the vegan wings from, do you call it Hope or H-O-P-E?
Hope.
I don't know.
You know what it stands for? Healthy, organic, positive eating.
I'm feeling all of those adjectives right now.
I don't know about healthy. I certainly don't know about organic.
I don't
know about positive. It's just eating.
This is certainly eating.
This is eating.
That's the only thing you can be sure of. But it is kind of spectacular for vegan chicken.
Yeah.
The wings, they're on just a wooden dowel.
Yeah, it's a drumstick, right? So it's on a dowel.
But like, they did a really good job. I don't know if this is made from like mycelium, like mushroom fiber.
It is interesting the texture of it. I'm curious to know what you think as a non-vegan.
The texture is so close to a chicken wing. This is even down to like the structure near the top where you would get the cartilage. Mm-hmm. The thing that betrays it is this aftertaste that's just like weirdly sort of earthy in a way. It's almost like earthy and woody. And
Yeah.
that
Okay,
you don't get from chicken. This is so well done though.
It doesn't have the poultry aftertaste.
No.
I've actually eaten chicken a couple of times. There's this poultry aftertaste that really stands out to me, and it's kind of gross to me now because I'm not familiar with it.
I can imagine. The more I've been around a lot of people who've been in the YouTube game for a long time, and specifically YouTube, I realize we all have a ton of things mentally in common in terms of what drives us. Actually, yes. And I worry that it is necessary to be mentally ill in certain ways. I'm dead serious. To be successful in YouTube, because of all of the factors of somebody to crave that amount of approval, of somebody to be driven to rise to the top of something, of somebody to endure the insane mass perception of millions of people at one time, to be able to wrap your head around all that. It reminds me of Joseph Heller's Catch-22. So the original Catch-22 is to become a bombardier pilot, somebody who drops bombs, written in World War II, one must prove that they are not insane. However, one must first be insane to want to become a bombardier pilot. I feel that exact way about being a YouTuber. This is something that I didn't even watch YouTube. I came to Mythical because I thought it was the stable job option compared to working for magazines. And now I'm here. Everyone I meet in this industry, though, we all have so many of the same maladaptations in common. Do you think that's sustainable, or have you found that? What's wrong with us, man?
It's definitely not sustainable, right? Everyone who's been in this industry for long enough will have had to have a moment where you feel like you have gone insane. You will feel like you have a moment where you've pushed yourself too far, where you are completely burnt out, where you are overwhelmed. I mean, maybe we're getting to a place now where there's enough evidence of people having experiences that we can now learn from others, but especially during the early days, there was no one else to learn from, so you had to learn yourself or not at all. Maybe you could learn from others now. Maybe we're in a good place. But
when you say others, that's it's like
sure,
it's you, right? I mean, you're
sure.
like one of the ones to learn from.
I mean, when I interviewed so many people that experienced different types of traumas in their life, kidnapping survivors, school shooting survivors, people have dealt with very heavy things. One of the things that makes them feel like, oh, I experienced that for a reason, kind of like giving them a sense of feeling okay about having experienced those things, is feeling like they can teach others and be a voice to have others learn from. I interviewed Matt Pat, and he mentioned that
Former Defy Media employee, Matt
he
Pat.
was, yeah, and he worked very closely with us in the earlier days. And he had Game Theory and now the entire Theorist network of channels, and he sold that. And he said that he looked at what we did when we sold Smosh, and he learned from what we did right, and he learned from what we did wrong. And I think it's really cool to have experienced or done something for the first time that gives someone the opportunity to learn from it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful perspective.
Yeah.
Thinking of the pad thai. We gotta eat the pad thai. My fingers are so...
Are they sticky
just
as hell
so
from
sticky,
that?
man.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice though, because it gives you some grip on the chopsticks.
They definitely made these so much stickier here than they usually
These
are.
are good as hell.
Those are so
Shout
good.
out to Hope in Studio City, man. That's
They're very good.
Man, we interviewed this vegan plant-based food scientist about his vegan ribs.
Oh yeah?
It is a marvel.
Do they hold up?
They hold up.
Really?
It's the most incredible product.
Did you already put lime on this?
No, we should lime it.
I feel like this needs a lime. It's very good. Also not as spicy as I'm used to.
I don't know what was going on.
You guys went a 1 out of 5 on these or what?
We should have really massacred you with the spice.
Yeah.
It's not anything. It doesn't speak to your masculinity at all whatsoever. That wasn't it.
Yeah, it's my masculinity that needs the spiciness.
When you were on that swan boat in Echo Park Lake, Anthony, you just left Smosh.
It really about to bring that up like it's a casual thing to say.
What do you mean?
When I stalked you, and I found the one photo of you on a swan boat.
Don't show him the photo. Don't show him the photo. We're 86ing the photo. Swan boat.
Okay, so yeah, swan
You were
boat.
in a swan boat at Echo
I was
Park
on a
Lake.
swan boat. The
You
day,
just left Smosh.
It was literally the day that I announced Smosh, or that I was leaving Smosh, that I went out on a swan boat. I was like, I need to put away my phone. I've been looking at this too much. I thought that I was going to be really grounded and not need to look at the numbers, not feel like my self-worth was attached to the numbers. I'm going to take a moment away from my phone and chill on a swan boat. Where did you find that? I deleted that picture.
I thought you looked good in it. Did you have any epiphanal moments? Like, was there anything in that time of solace, good or bad?
On the swan boat?
On the swan boat. It is unfortunately such a funny picture just in your head. I don't have an actual picture. But if you just
How do you
in the
know about
swan
it if
boat-
you don't have a picture?
I don't know, man.
Did
You know, you research people.
Where did you find this? Did you go to was there an Instagram archive?
How did I know the exact color of your 1989 Ford Probe enough
I think
to put
I
on a
mentioned
bumper
that. I
sticker?
mentioned that in my I Draw My Life video. So you watched my Draw My Life video.
I don't. Did you? I did. I watched both of those. Yeah.
See, okay. I
watched
know
the-
where you got that.
I
I
watched
don't
the
know where you
revamp.
got this swan boat. Any epiphanies that I had? It was I really that day just sat with the feeling of everything in my life is changing now, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm doing things on my own now. You know, I'd worked on everything with Ian up to that point. I think I was just sitting with this feeling of like reminding myself to trust myself, to not have any regret for making the decision that I made, and knowing that something better would come of it. All those things, even the negative moments and that feeling of dread that I felt having left on my own, and even the channel that I built in that meantime is now incorporated into part of Smosh, and it's now part of Smosh programming, and now all the team over there gets to experience expressing themselves in a way that's a little bit different than what Smosh had done before that. So cool how everything, like all those things were for something.
Yeah.
You know, looking back, even if in that moment if I were told, hey, in the future, in 9 years from now or whatever, you're going to buy the company back.
It's always 6 years. If you want a clue, it's always 6 years.
It was 6 years I was gone. How long has it been now? Plus 3? So
Three.
that's
So you
9.
got 3 more years until another change.
You think every 6 years? Is that the thing?
It was 6 years, and then you sold to Defy.
Oh, yeah.
You were there for 6 years.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you left and then bought it back in 6 years.
Damn.
So
Yep.
now you're on another 6-year cycle.
Yeah, we've done 666. Have you ever heard of 6666?
I don't know if the world's ready for that.
I don't know if the world's ready either.
Can't wait to see what happens.
Me too. I think it's nothing but good though.
Anthony, for the final meal of your life, we have
My life. Ooh, oh.
the fresh baked cinnamon buns, the mango sticky rice, and then a nice classic pina colada.
Yeah. Are you into pina coladas or not?
Getting caught in the rain?
Yeah.
Sometimes, man.
I love a pina colada. I don't have it very often, but when I do, it's always blissful.
God damn.
It's so good, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, like it should not be this good.
Can you tell me the difference between consciousness, mind, and reality? Speaking of casual.
Conscious mind and reality. Well, obviously, conscious mind is all your own perception of reality.
But is consciousness and mind the same thing to you?
No.
How are they different?
There's some theories that I gravitate toward that state that, I guess it's just a question, like what if consciousness is on another plane of existence and your mind is just an ability to talk to that consciousness. It's hard to even explain, right?
Sure,
it's
yeah,
like trying to describe the fourth dimension.
We're very limited by language in that way.
Yeah, I mean, like we know that we can't see the full color spectrum. We know that we can't see or experience or sense so many things that
A lot of
other
dark matter
species.
out there, and that dark matter's most of it.
There's some theories that state that what if everything is conscious in its own way, you know, where it kind of wants to form into other things. So it's like the chances of this universe existing in the way that it does are so slim and so rare. Like maybe there's infinite universes, so that makes sense why this one is the one, because there are universes that exist in ways that are just slop, and this is the one that makes sense.
Yeah. The others are stuck in the amorphous ooze, and they're in.
Maybe. But then also maybe on top of that, if every single piece of matter, every single element is conscious in its own way, maybe a different definition of conscious, like maybe it's drawn toward each little tiny thing that makes sense for it, and that's why we get something that makes sense, because each thing wants to be drawn to something that makes sense. I don't know.
Do you ever read his Dark Materials? It is my single favorite, still is my single favorite book series, but The Golden Compass, it's a kid's book, this rips.
Oh yeah, this rips!
But that is that's one of the theses of that book. It's very much young adult, but super radical.
Tell me about it.
So it's set in an alternate universe, very kind of steampunky, where everything's familiar but different. But they have these theologians, experimental theologians, who are studying something called dust. And it's these particles that are like weirdly like kind of attracted more towards children, and they're trying to figure out exactly why, but it floats around. It seems to move with a mind of its own. It seems to communicate, but it basically is just the immaterial matter of consciousness that we would call it. It's a really beautiful book though. A girl, spoiler at the end. I'm curious with like all of your current out-of-the-box thinkings about conscious reality, does that actually influence the way that you live your day-to-day life?
I think it influences the way I live my day-to-day life when I'm feeling lost, when I'm feeling depressed, when I'm feeling a sense of not okayness. I feel like I'm able to look to that and realize like, oh, this is all just like one piece of reality. I define my own reality, one piece of existence. I think it just helps me realize that I get to craft my own reality and form it into what I want. And I try to remind my family of that in my own ways, because my brothers and my mom deal with agoraphobia still.
Your brothers also.
Being agoraphobic in the first place is kind of like, oh, my only safe space is inside my home. You know, and as I've gotten to know my mom and her childhood and her story more, I've learned like, oh yeah, in your childhood, your home was the only safe place. And you know,
you've kind of found a safe space in the controlled discomfort of things like tattoos and yoga then.
Yeah. I mean, I think that for me, it's about reminding myself that my safe space, because I definitely do gravitate toward wanting to have my safe space.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
If I could be antisocial and just stay inside and contemplate life and death and the universe and consciousness and existence and just paying to do yoga and be by myself, maybe I would be lonely, but like maybe I would, because it's safer, right? There's I can control every outcome there. But I feel like I've really wanted to push myself in so many ways and experience discomfort to remind myself everything is actually okay. Right? If you push yourself outside of your comfort zone enough, then your comfort zone starts increasing in size. Yeah. And I want to keep my comfort zone very big so I can still continue to push myself, because I do feel like you mentally die when you stop pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. But I want to keep pushing myself, physically, mentally, emotionally. I want to learn new beliefs. I want to learn new ways of living. I want to learn new ways of having relationships. I want to think outside the box. I want to constantly push myself in all these ways, because it becomes more comfortable the more that you push yourself. And I think maybe growing up, there was a part of me that was like, Mom, like, please, just, why can't you push yourself a little bit? Why can't you show up to my graduation? Just like, it's so important to me. Why can't you just do this thing? Why is it something that you're completely incapacitated by? And I think that partially because of that, I've wanted to push myself so that it doesn't feel like as big of a feat, but at the same time that comes with the dread, and that comes with the hardship and discomfort associated with that.
If you're to choose one or the other though, choosing that dread feeling versus that feeling of being completely locked inside yourself and locked inside your own environment, I mean, that dread seems like an easy thing to choose. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, like, I was thinking about this today. Like, definitely, I've pulled away from being on camera as much. I've pulled away from talking about myself as much. This is all of those things. This is all of the, no. I'm like, I knew I had to do this, though. And it's like, who doesn't want to show up and eat their favorite meal? I got cinnamon rolls.
Let me serve you a cinnamon roll. Keep talking, please.
But I was sitting with this feeling of like, at many points in my life, I would have just said, no, I can't do this. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't know from experience that pushing myself outside, this smells so good.
No, you're saying something profound, but I'm trying to wrestle this fucking cinnamon roll and it's so gooey.
That looks so good.
prolapse on itself.
It's not even a form. That's just mashed. Is this mashed
you said
potatoes?
Big, fluffy, gooey. No, this is gonna be perfect.
Okay, this is our last meal, right? I'm going in bare hands.
Bare hand that.
What was I even saying? This is so good.
It's so good.
This is so good.
The dough is so barely cooked and it's perfect.
It just melts in mush. He doesn't have any form.
It's like a Matrix idea of a cinnamon roll, you know, where it's like, I see it and I smell it and I taste it, but there's something about it that just sort of dissolves into the Matrix
You know
roll.
what's so funny is it's so good.
Anyway, I mean that in such a, this is like the best cinnamon roll I've ever had.
The best part is if I were to see this and be like, do you want to eat this? I'm like, no.
No.
Do you want to eat this? No. But at the same time, it's what I want.
Looks good in the pan.
It's so good.
That was a skill issue of me just matching at it trying to get it out.
This is so good. It just has no business being this good.
No.
For how shitty it looks.
God. You were saying something?
Wow. Yeah, I knew I had to do this because I knew that I'd have a good time at the end, and I knew that I would feel better for it. But there's like this sense of dread and anxiety that I've been able to start identifying in my chest. I can like feel it.
Yeah.
And it's a feeling that I used to feel so consistently as a kid. And I'd be afraid and I'd let it shift me away from things and I would run away and I would hide. But now I see it as, oh, that means it's important. Obviously, I don't want to start perceiving it as, oh, I need to feel that dread in order to feel good about it, or in order to feel like I earned that positive feeling afterward. Am I going to feel really good after this because I actually did it? Yeah. But I don't want it to be because I, cheers, man. I don't want it to be because I felt that dread that I'm like, oh, I need to feel the dread in order to, I don't want to seek dread.
Would you ever get a Tibetan sky burial?
Did you see this in my interview with people about afterlife experiences and death?
Yeah, dude.
That was a good one.
That was a great one.
That was so good.
You interviewed a lot of terminally ill patients about death. And one talked about wanting to get a Tibetan sky burial. Do you remember what it is?
Yeah, it's so sick. So it's a tradition there. I don't know how widespread it is, but it's a tradition there where it's like you just put the corpse out in a field and what was it, vultures?
Vultures, yeah.
Vultures come down and just feast on it, and then it's like, there's a belief that you go back to the earth, you get spread, or a physical reality in the sky, and but I mean, at the same time, I don't really care that much because I'm dead.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm not really.
Feed me to someone. Feed me to something. Worms, fungi, vultures.
Like I definitely, while I think about death a lot, I'm not necessarily thinking about what happens to my physical form after I die.
What do you think happens to your consciousness after you die?
That's a good question. I feel like it, recently I've started thinking, what if nothing happens to your consciousness? It's just not being tapped into by your brain.
So like it's that connection that severs.
Yeah, like maybe the brain, maybe the consciousness isn't in the brain. Maybe the brain is tapping into a different plane of existence where the consciousness exists. I don't know. But I feel like part of it is seeing my open casket, seeing my grandmother and my grandfather who passed within about a year of each other. And seeing their bodies, I was like, there is nothing there. Like there's something where you're just like, that is not, that there is a consciousness that I felt a sense of warmth from. There's a consciousness there, but when the consciousness is not there, that it is just an object, Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there was a lot of deep reflecting that I did, but the theory or concepts that I don't even know if it's actually like if there's a theory about it, but the thing that makes me feel peace is what if nothing happens to the consciousness is just not being tapped into.
I like that thought.
Yeah.
You ready to get in the lightning round?
Oh, there's a lightning round.
There's a lightning round. It's so quick.
As long as I get to keep sipping this peanut colada, anything could happen.
I've been housing that. Could use some Mountain Dew, but who's the one person, dead or alive, you'd want to share your actual last meal with?
My mom.
What song do you want to be played at your funeral?
Mbop.
What's one heavy band that people should be listening to right now?
Ooh. Structures has some really interesting stuff. It's been a while since they've released an album. 156 Silence is incredible. Their newest stuff. They just got signed to Tooth and Nail Records. Their new song is really good. Throne, you know Throne?
No, Throne, yeah, I love Throne.
Deftones, I think, is a classic. They're also from Sacramento, where I grew up, and they're amazing.
They've blown up with the youth.
Yeah. Younger generations are
metal,
really
but
tapping
horny.
into it. It's horny metal.
Horny metal, yeah.
Horny new metal.
Truly. What's your biggest fear?
Forgetting to wipe.
Does that happen to you?
No, it's fear.
My biggest fear is having to wipe too much.
What do you mean?
Have you? Because I'm so bidet pilled now. But if I'm like at the gym and the mood strikes, and sometimes and sometimes you're about to hit a big squat set, you're like, nothing good's gonna happen if I don't do this. So you go take a shit, but then you're like, I've wiped 6 or 7 times, and I feel like it's still.
No, I'm afraid that I'm gonna put my pants on and be like, oh shit, I forgot to wipe. I don't know.
We have almost the opposite fear. I'm gonna wipe too much. Then we can go from talking about extracorporeal consciousness to assholes, man. That's it. I think Ian coined the term wiener humor to describe what Smosh was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think it was in a Sacramento local news interview where he said, we're kind of like wiener humor.
He said that in an actual published
publication? I have to fact check it. I didn't do my journalistic diligence on
Well,
that.
he got his ass on MTV.
What?
They showed a clip on MTV of our Mortal Kombat theme music video, and they chose the clip where in the background Ian has his pants down, standing in the closet in the dark, and you could just see the shadow with a little light on his ass cheeks. And it was on MTV.
What's your greatest regret in life?
Letting fear dictate my decisions.
Finally, Anthony, are you happy?
Yeah.
You thought about it for a little bit, but I like that answer.
I had to think about it, make sure I was telling the truth, because it's such second nature to say yes to that, right?
That's a fair point.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Life is very good.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that you came on the show. Like, truly, thank you for doing this, man. Especially knowing. Do you know how we reached out to you? Do you know how this ended up happening?
All I know is that someone from my team was like, "Hey, do you want to be on Last Meals?" Like, sure.
You got pitched to us for like for Angry Birds.
Wait,
that's what you're here promoting. Do you know that? Am I insane?
Not our PR. Our
is
PR
there
doesn't
another
care.
Angry Birds coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, somebody from, I think maybe from Angry Birds was like...
Angry Birds was like us?
Was like, have you thought about having Anthony Padilla on Last Meals? I swear to God, dude, I'll screenshot.
That's crazy. Oh, what is this?
This is our document that we get for like potential guests.
And it says Angry Birds movie 3.
Best known for co-founder
Wait,
of
when does it
Smosh.
come out? It comes out 2 days before Christmas this year, I guess. I don't know. Angry Birds is cool.
Yeah, let me softball coach. Anthony, you're the Angry Birds 3 movie. What's your favorite Angry Bird?
Boomerang Bird, it's mine.
That's great.
How?
Incredible.
His voice is in the first movie. He goes, "Did we win?" And that's his voice.
That flashes me right back to Boomerang Bird in the first 2 movies.
Yeah, you know
that
Boomerang Bird. Yeah. Somehow I did voices for all 3 movies. Yeah.
Anthony,
Crazy.
if you want to say your last words to that camera right there.
Probably be my last
That'd
word.
be it?
Well,
I
it depends
think
how
that's
I die.
Well, let's kind of roleplay this right now. So say you're like,
all right, let's roleplay my
say
death.
you're like a pig or something, and you're
I've only gotten in the mindset of a bird, but okay, let's see what's going on here with this pig
switch it
world.
now. Do the birds die
I'm now
in
in
the
the pig realm. What?
Do the birds die in the movie?
I don't think there's much death, but I don't know. I've only seen the second one. I haven't seen the first one.
So you're a pig that gets hit with a bird. What would you say to that camera right there?
Feeling poultry, but I don't know, man. Shit. Oh, I'm sorry, Paramount.
Those were his last words. I'm sorry, Paramount. With all the corporate restructuring going on, it seems rough. Anthony, truly, man, this has been
Oh,
rad.
man, thank you.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
I appreciate
This was
you.
great.
Everyone, make sure to check out Smosh. And then I think we also got an email that said you were here just, quote, promoting the concept of friendship.
What? There's 2 different emails promoted? What?
Yeah, one said Angry Birds, and the other said, like, promoting Smosh / him and Ian's general friendship, maybe question mark.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm down with that.
So make sure you check out he and Ian's friendship, as well as Angry Birds 3, coming out Christmas.
Yeah, I'm here selling Angry Birds and friendships.
Hungry for more? Catch up on every Last Bite with the Last Meals playlist at lastmeals.com.